Chronic Pain, The Inner Demon, back with another one. No, folks, I really have to say something about this and comment about this because I see three men of color, three black men of certain age, acting their age and doing what's right and coming to an agreement. I am talking about Mr. Corey Holcomb. I am talking about Mr. Boyce Watkins. Also, they put Willie D in the middle. And Willie D on his live stream did a wonderful job bringing these two gentlemen together just to squash some BS beef on the internet. And young folks, like they said, take something away from this and learn from this so you could do this as far as squashing the beef with dialogues instead of using weapons and causing lives and injuries. So yes, folks, we're going to take a little bit of listen to what these gentlemen have to say.
All good, man. It's good to see you brothers, on the same platform, man. And I once again, I appreciate both of y'all, coming on to the show and having this conversation. Because I'm gonna tell you something, it's a very needed conversation now. Ain't none of us perfect. A lot of times when you see us on these platforms and we doing our thing and we have a disagreement, one person disagree with one thing. You can disagree with one thing that a person got to say, and next thing you know, this person is the Antichrist. But my point.
So yes, folks, I like what Willie D says. Ain't none of us perfect. People make mistakes, but we have to be able to learn to just to forgive, not to forget, but to forgive as grown men and move on. Let's take a listen to Corey.
Well, the gossip police is everywhere. The gossip police, you don't duck nothing on this internet. You say something, it's gonna get back to somebody, even if you're the type of person who think you can ignore stuff that people bring to you. Because I tell my friends, don't tell me about something bad that somebody said about me on the internet. But it's coming. If you say something, it's coming, especially if you're somebody who people watch. The information will be delivered into your ear one way or another.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That is facts, folks. The information is going to be delivered to you one way or another. I like the way Corey put it. I call that fair game. So let's hear Boyce Watkins and what he has to say to Corey Holcomb about the situation.
I will say, obviously, as with my integrity as a husband, I have to say that I'm fair game, but my family's not, right? My wife didn't do nothing wrong, but for the record, she didn't take it personally. She don't, it's like we know what's true and what's not, So when Willie and you and I talked, we joked about the picture that people like taking a picture and reading all this shit into it. And you and I both know we would, I wouldn't marry a woman who's doing some shit like that. And you wouldn't even have no parts in that, right? So it's not, I'm not offended by any of it, right? And I will say this too, Corey. Willie I don't feel like Willie was taking sides. I feel like when it got to the point where other people were kind of involved in the conversation that didn't want to be involved, whether it's Willie, my wife, or whoever, I feel like that's when it kind of got to the point where I was like, okay, now I'm getting very upset. And I don't want to feel that way, man, because the bottom line is...
Now, Boyce is letting his feelings known, which is understandable. But I respect them as grown men coming together and squash the squabble. It's interesting, it's funny, and I salute them.
Say Steve Harvey called me about his wife. I said some slick shit that's out there about his wife, and he called me. And like I say, man, it's like these are internet stories.
Listen, Corey, I knew, like I said at the top, I knew you was gonna go in. That's why when Boyce dropped the comment, I already knew what was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen.
So the bottom line is, Watkins dropped the comments, and Corey Holcombs just went in for the home run and knock it out of the ballpark. But guess what, folks? These three grown men brought it back home for a home run. So salute to three grown men that sat on a stage and worked out their difference in a squabble. Willie D wasn't a part of it. He was just injected by a photo. It was just between Mr. Boyce Watkins and Corey Holcombs, the comedian. Folks, I love it. Young folks, I hope you take something away from this. It's interesting. That's the way you're supposed to deal with your differences, laugh and joke about it, and forget about it. Life is short. Enjoy it while it lasts. Corey Holcomb, salute. Boyce Watkins, salute. Willie D, salute. Yes, folks, chronic pain, inner demon. Like, share, subscribe to the machine. One love. Peace, everybody.